Herkese tekrar merhabalar.
Oh.
Polonya Pazarı oturumu için Itaka Holdings Başkanı bizlerle birlikte Mariusz Janczuk ve Lot Polish Airlines CEO'su da aynı zamanda Michal Fijol bizlerle birlikte. Biliyorsunuz ki Polonya'dan Türkiye'ye artan bir ilgi var. Tatil tercihleri, tüketici davranışları ve destinasyon yönetimi hakkında onların görüşlerini almak istiyoruz. O yüzden moderasyonda İngilizce devam edeceğim. Eğer ki kulaklık ve çeviri ihtiyacınız olursa da arkadaşlarımız hazır. Çevirmen kabininde bulunan değerli dostlarımıza da sevgiler. Onların da çok büyük bir emeği var. And ladies and gentlemen, let we start. Welcome to the Polish market session. I am so happy to be with you, with these two gentlemen. And Poland is one of the fastest growing source markets, as you know, for Turkish tourism. And also today we are honored to hear from two distinguished leaders who are shaping this dynamic relationships also. It's my pleasure to invite to the stage and for the session also, Chairman of Itaka Holdings, the leader tour operator in Poland, Mr. Mariusz Janczuk. Very welcome. And also CEO of Lot Polish Airlines, you know that a key player in connecting our two countries through the skies, Mr. Michal Fijol. Very welcome.
Dziękuję Ci bardzo.
And together, let's we explore how Polish travelers' preferences are evolving and also how Turkey can position itself also more strongly in this market, and also how aviation and tour operations can jointly shape the future of our tourism relationships. Let me first, I would like to tell you first, I'm so sorry. Why? Because I'm an ex-national volleyball player, and the World Championships for the quarterfinals, the Turkish national team played with the Poland, and we lost. So congratulations to you, and I'm so sorry about it. And now, let me start. First, I would like to ask you, how would you describe the current state of the tourism relationships between Poland and Turkey? Where do we stand today for both of you? Who would like to start first?
Okay, for me, I think relationships between Poland and Turkey were always good, because for natural reasons, Polish people were always super interested to come to Turkey, which they consider as a very friendly country, very friendly people, many similarities in mentality, and also the links from the history. So Turkey was always number one on the list of Polish passengers. Actually, was competing with Greece. These two countries were always main producer of mass tourism in Poland, Turkey and Greece. This hasn't changed a lot over the years. Of course, it's growing numbers, but now we came to the moment that this growth is a little bit stopped. From 2 digits, now it is 1-digit number. There are a lot of reasons behind it. One of them is, despite of growing very fast your incredible infrastructure, you also grow very fast your prices, even faster than you build the hotels. And this is one of the main obstacles. When you cross certain red line, you will affect arrivals from the countries of Eastern Europe. I don't know about the Western Europe, but we operate in 7 countries in Eastern Europe that the budget matters. So you have to think to go on the level of growing the mass tourism, or maybe concentrate on bringing quality customers. Another reason is your July and August becomes also too expensive. So another trend which I see is to spread out the traffic through the full season, especially low season and also winter. This is the solution for us to grow the business in Turkey, because now we cannot concentrate only on the high season. And we as Itaka, we don't want to bring you customers which are driven only by the price. This is wrong attitude, and it will be working in a long-term bet, not only for us, but also for you, also for hoteliers. If we will start bringing you these cheap customers and fight with the price only. Because then they spend, there is very strong competition on Polish market about Turkey as a destination, and there was few tour operators who came lately to Polish market, and they sell super aggressive. They dictate very low prices, and then they produce the customers which buy the package for the cost of 25 beers in Turkey, and they come here and are super surprised that everything is so expensive. And they are not satisfied by the end of the day.
Let me firstly start with a statement that I cannot agree more with Mariusz when saying that Poles always love to spend time in Turkey. And there are historical reasons for this great relationship between the countries. But also we are aligned on most of the levels. Like there is friendship on the political level. There is also a huge appreciation from the Polish people, from Polish nation, to the economic development, what we observed from our side in Turkey. I hope you will share a little bit later on the perspective of Turkey, how you perceive Poland, but I hope that there's a similar feelings. So it starts everything from the top, and then when the scene is aligned, then also the relationship between the countries on all the areas, in the area of investments, in the area of traveling, of tourism, is growing as well. And this is something what we observe over the last decade. Look at our example on the traffic between Poland and Turkey. I can remember when I started my job a lot 10 years ago, we had like one flight daily from Warsaw to Istanbul, and also Turkish Airlines used to operate once time daily. So this were really minimal number of passengers which were carried between the capital cities of growing countries, because in terms of economic growth, what we have observed over the last decade was immense growth, both in Turkey and in Poland as well. Nowadays, what we are having is just from Warsaw, 3 flights daily from LOT and 2 flights daily from Turkish Airlines, which means that the number of flights, thus also the number of passengers on a scheduled flight, it grew 500%. That's huge. And that's not only Warsaw, which is served by the traditional hubbing airlines, but this is also Krakow, the second biggest city in Poland, and I would say some sort of tourism encore in our part of the world, beside Budapest, Vienna, Prague. Krakow belongs to that, to the list as well. And what shows even more development is the plan of LOT to start operations from Gdańsk, which is the 3rd biggest city in Poland, in the north. We will start early spring next year, and I hope this will be an opportunity not only for Poles to travel to Istanbul or over Istanbul beyond to other destinations in Turkey, but also the opportunity for Turkish people to come to Poland for some sort of culcation, as this is the trend which we observed in tourism in current days. So looking at when evaluating, because it was the core of your question, evaluating the relationship between the countries, looking at the number of flights and number of passengers who are traveling between the countries, I cannot imagine that we can be in a better place than now, seeing the development and seeing the connection opportunities which are provided by the airlines. Additional aspects besides the scheduled flight are also the charter flights, and I'm very proud that I'm here on the stage together with Mariusz and with Itaka, as Itaka is one of our biggest partners in this part of aviation business. Last year, just to mention a few numbers, we have brought here to Turkey over 200,000 Poles, which is a market share of slightly below 20%, and so every fifth Pole brought here to Turkey was brought by lot, and half of these passengers are on charter, and half of them on scheduled flights.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your kind words also. We are feeling the same to
Thank
the
you.
Polish people and to
Thank you
Poland.
very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we will go and move into the details also, but again, from taking to the first, I would like to understand your firms. Could you briefly also share the role and market strat of your companies? It's also so important in Poland's tourism sector, and how this positions you in also shaping the tourism flows to Turkey. Can you start from your view?
I haven't understood the question.
I want to briefly share the role and the market strat of your companies into the tourism sector. It is
Okay.
so important for
Okay.
us to understand your role.
Itaka is over 35 years on Polish market. 35 years. 35 years. And so we are very well established. From the tour operators that were around at those years, nobody is alive. So we are a dinosaur on Polish market. When we talk about good age, our tour operator from Czech Republic, which we own, Chedok, is oldest tour operator in Europe, 103 years this year. I haven't grounded it, no. We just bought it. We are well established. We are recognized. Our market share, we fight for the market share, but we are tour operator who believes that the first responsibility of ours is to be healthy, to sell with a healthy profit, and to take care about the quality. So our growth could be much bigger, but we want to run this company in a nice and controlled way. Why I say this? Because even in the moments of hostile entry of future operators to Poland, we don't change our rules. We still continue to promote good product. We still fight for our prices, and we manage to sell it because we're not losing the market share in Poland, but we maintain our quality. We fly with the airlines that we trust. We're not driven only by price, and the fact that there are so big differences on Polish market between the average prices they sell Turkey are incredible. That means we are first choice, and the others they take leftovers. They create. In my opinion, many times they create an artificial customer who does not have really money to travel here. Is only driven by the opportunity of low price. And this is what I say, it's a long term, it's very bad for all of us. So if you ask me about our strength, we are very well recognized in most of the countries we operate, especially in Poland and Czech Republic. We spend a lot of effort and money on promoting different destinations, and Itaka will produce close to 300,000 passengers. I mean, all our tour operators, they will produce around 300,000 passengers to Turkey this year. Good number, and wherever we can, we try to attract attention of our customers, how good market it is, that it is a place where crossroad of history, of continents, of incredible amount of the monuments that no one country in Europe can compete with. If you look from Mesopotamia, from Black Sea, Pont Kingdom, if you go to Cappadocia, if you go to the sea, Turkey has everything to offer. This is reason why we try to promote this round-trip tourism. This year, Itaka will provide over 10,000 people on the round trips. To visualize you how difficult it is to sell this product is, for instance, one of the trips is 15 days trip. They cover 5,000 kilometers in 12 days. They change accommodation every day. Very often, they travel in 40 degrees, and out of 6, the opinions are 5.6. So Polish people like this kind of historical tourism. They like also sport activities. So that's why Itaka, since many years, is promoting Turkey as a ski destination. We were the first one who started charters to Erzurum. We don't follow others. We try to be trendsetters on this market. So we started the charters to Erzurum. First year, 4 planes a week to Erzurum. Nobody knew where it is. Okay. Then we started to use also Kars, area of Kars. There is close to Kars. There is a small ski resort. We used to go there. Then we moved to Bursa. And after the years, we are very active in Kayseri. In winter, we send 3 planes to Kayseri. Then we are into golf tourism. Then we have another brand which is called No Limits, specialized in activities, biking, trekking, this kind of groups. So these people, they won't come here in July, August. They will come here to fulfill low season. So we do a lot of efforts to promote your country. I would say we are small ambassadors of your country in Poland.
Quality matters indeed, that's what Mariusz just said. The claim of our marketing campaign is it's who you travel with, which means that quality is important. And for Poles, indeed, it becomes to matter more and more as the growing economy, currently the 20th biggest in the world, with the people who are getting richer and richer, quality really matters, and the variety of services and opportunities also matters. You ask about LOT. LOT is one of the biggest airlines in Central and Eastern Europe with nearly 90 aircrafts. Most of them are modern one, or the fleet will be very soon modernized as well. Contracts are signed. We operate on Dreamliners, on long haul, 737 MAX 8, which is the brand new product from Boeing. And in 2 years' time, in 1 year time, we will start the process of refleeting in the regional fleet currently operating Embraers, and we will switch to the brand new product from Airbus A220, which also offers the top traveling experience, thus also being a proper answer to the market needs of quality. LOT serves nearly 100 destinations on schedule, and when included the charter operations, this number will grow to 150, 100, 160. We do collaborate with Itaka and also some other tour operators as well in terms of the number of customers which we brought to Turkey. I said it already, last year it was over 200,000, and this number will grow with the growing number of flights between the countries. Just to show you the amount and extent of our operations on weekends, on Saturday and Sunday, which are the usual departure and arrival days to and from Antalya. 8 of our aircrafts are flying between Warsaw and Antalya, which is a huge number. In terms of quality, we are part of Star Alliance together with Turkish Airlines. This is also important that not only LOT operates on the routes, but we have such a strong partner and prestige partner as Turkish Airlines with code sharing, because it increases even the number of flights and also makes the journey more flexible for they customers and passengers who are coming here for longer time, but also who want to act flexible with their journey schedule. What is also important, being part of Star Alliance means also access to all the convenient traveling, business lunch, fast track, millage program, right? So that the passengers and the customers who require higher and higher quality, that their needs are satisfied at the top level.
Thank you so much. Good insights that we need to know about it. So I'm a Turkish woman, so I would like to know for the Turkish people also, why we choose Poland to come for for our holidays in winter, in summer, in any time, for the historical things, for the sportsway, for the events, for the cinematography history, for the heritage, anything else. Why we need to see Poland? Because I think I've been there in two times.
In Poland?
Yeah, for volleyball, for the games in Warsaw and in Krakow also, and I know the Łódź city from the team. So I'm so in the sports way. I need to know why we need to see the Poland. What would you like to say about it?
I think we have to say a lot, but the question is who first?
Yeah,
Michal, maybe you.
your turn.
There are numerous reasons for visiting Poland. Firstly, that's the variety of nature which is offered here. You have, I would say that's opposite to the directions in Turkey. We have the sea in the north and the mountains in the south of the country. And so you have all the geographical and nature geographies available there, from seaside, lakes, and then also mountains with snow in winter. Second thing is the fact that Poland is the country which developed very fast over the last 20, 30 years, which means that in a way very similar to Turkey, the tourism facilities like hotels, restaurants, entire infrastructure in terms of sport as well, sport facilities. You have mentioned Krakow. I was there as well, end of August, beginning of September for Wagner Memorial, right? In volleyball. I am also a fan of volleyball. There is a beautiful Tauron Arena, and such arenas are available all over Poland. At the same time, as said, the infrastructure is mostly brand new, and at the same time, the prices are very modest, especially in comparison to Western Europe. Point number 3 is the fact that Poland is very safe, very safe. I'm visited regularly by my business partners from all over the world, and you just go outside in a similar way as here in Turkey, and you feel safe, right? So there are no issues with safety. People are friendly. That's part of our nature, and hospitality is also part of our nature. I think that our nations have, but I'm now summarizing this on the stage, I think that our nations have a lot in common. What is a growing sector of tourism to Poland is the gastronomy. There is a growing number of Michelin restaurants all over Poland, and I have seen already many passengers on our flights who decide to come to Poland just for the experience. Absolutely. What is next? Just when you are looking for historical experience or cultural experience, allow me for some advertising. Just in a few days, on the 2nd of October, Chopin competition will start, which is the famous music competition every 4 years, very exclusive. And I can tell you, people from all over the world, especially from Japan, Korea, and China, come to Poland even twice. For the first time,
they're all over the world.
For the first time, to buy a ticket for the event, and later on, really, to the event. If you travel half a world to come to the country, that must be a good reason for that.
Is there any statistics about which countries, which cities the Turkish people choose most in Poland? You have any idea about it?
Of course, that's the connectivity which matters, right? And the connectivity is growing. It's important to keep a balanced growth between the countries, right? To put too much capacity on the market, this is not something which helps in the middle or long term. But currently, what we see is, of course, the presence of tourists from Turkey in the main and biggest cities, being Warsaw, Krakow, Wrocław, and Gdańsk. So rather what people are now looking for is the experience of the historical places in Poland, which are rather concentrated in cities.
I can totally understand. The time is up, but the last question also. You give all the details, and also you talk about the problems also. So, what strategies, as a summary, do you think are necessary for Turkey to position itself more effectively in the Polish market at the end?
Listen, I partially answered this question because we try to spread out our operation over the full season. So we do a lot of efforts to bring the customers not only in July and August when it's easy, but to bring them in January, February, March in these months. We try also to spread out our activity geographically because 15 years ago, 90% of the tourism to Turkey was Antalya airport only. Now we see growing interest in flying to Dalaman, to Bodrum, to Izmir. And last but not least, Istanbul. Because for a long time, it was not perceived, in Poland at least, it was not perceived as one of the leading cities in Europe when it comes to touristic interest. We all know, I don't know, 50 times already in Istanbul. This is the wow place in Europe, one of the best, cradle of the mankind, I don't know, the confluence of the culture of continents. And I think this is the potential that Lot can make really money and grow, bringing more and more people to Istanbul as a destination. Because Istanbul is a fantastic destination for a few days trip, for a city break. Unbelievable. So we try to do these things. Then we try also to, because we are a basically charter tour operator, old style, but we transform into the modern tour operator in this sense as well, that we have an in-house IT company who does a lot of developments for us. So we started to be also dynamic package producer. So it allows us to use all kinds of suppliers in terms of transportation and all kinds of suppliers in terms of accommodation. So we try to deliver to customer exactly what he wants for the price, which is not bargain, but give the services which satisfies him. So he doesn't have to fly with us Friday. If he wants to fly Friday, come back Monday, here you have. You want to be not in our hotel, you want to be in the hotel of Hilton or Four Seasons, here you have. you want this transfer, you want this service. He comes to our system, he projects his holidays, and he is not stingy of spending money. So we like this solution, and we see in many countries it works. So to have like a hybrid model. On one hand, we have a massive charter production. On another hand, we have dynamic packaging. Of course, as Michal said, you need to grow like this, you need to have sufficient number of connections. And it is happening because before the connections were only to Istanbul. Now there are more and more airline companies who offer connections to Antalya as cheap carriers or semi-cheap carriers.
From my side, the two types of advice. Firstly, I'm visiting many countries and talking to tourism organizations and listening to their goals and methods to achieve, to maximize, at the end, the revenue and profits out of incoming tourism. What are the steps undertaken by the others is indeed what was just mentioned by Mariusz, is the extension of the season. Not just focus on 2 summer months, but to have an offer which will secure revenue stream over the entire year. And here, the quality matters, because for passengers and customers and tourists who are coming to play golf here or to visit historical places, it's not the 40-degree sun which is the most important, but these are rather other times of the season which could be even more convenient. This is also something which is in line with expectations of airline who wants to have a balanced traffic over the entire year. And second kind advice from an airline which usually generates links on various levels: politics, business, culture, academia, tourism, ethnic, and so on, is to create even more links between the countries. Poland is an attractive country for students and gaining on importance in that. The more exchange there will be between the countries, the more the better the relationship is going to be, as we will generate travel in a very important quality sector in the middle and long term, the most important body.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Mr. Mariusz and Michal, thank you so much for your insights also. Forward seeing the Turkish and partnership grow even stronger. We look forward to see it in the years ahead. We will try to do it all together, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
very
a lot.
much.
Thank you so much.